So you want to buy Hot Toys, but you don't know where to look? Don't worry, I got you.
Hey guys, welcome to my first full-length video on this channel and the first video on the rebrand of this channel. My name's Ian and I'm going to show you guys the best places to buy your Hot Toys. So without further ado, let's get straight into it.
So we're on Sideshow's homepage right now, and immediately you can see a bunch of stuff going on. At the top, you can see some of the deals they're offering here. Here are an offer, stuff on sale coming soon, latest releases, a bunch of stuff. But right now, let's focus on the pros of Sideshow. That first pro being the amount of offers and deals Sideshow run, especially during the holidays, such as right now, as of filming this video, which is Christmas time. But they run a bunch of offers and deals that you're definitely going to want to capitalize on, such as the one going on right now, which is the free figure offer. What this offer is if you spend $300 or $450 on a purchase, you can unlock one of these 4 figures for absolutely free. 300 gets you the first 2, which is Robin and Tony Stark. Then 450 unlocks the Mandalorian and Rescue. These are great figures, except for Robin because, look at that guy.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
But anyways, these are some great figures that you get for absolutely free while picking up another figure that you've had your eye on for a while, or are picking up your first figure. Not only this, they actually offer daily deals that reset every 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day when they are not running any special deals or offers. To go along with this, Sideshow also run 30% off deals on a selection of figures and a bunch of different items on their website, purely at random times. Sometimes when a figure is announced or a figure is released, they'll have promo codes to get you 30% off. The next pro that Sideshow has is actually the contest and giveaways they run every single month. This means that you have the opportunity to get yourself a free figure or free item from Sideshow. As you can see, they're running a Mr. Freeze giveaway for the month of December, and if I scroll down, you can see a bunch of the other figures that they've had up for giveaways in the past, and it's actually crazy what you could win. An opportunity like this is insane, especially when we're talking about figures and collectibles that can range upwards to hundreds of dollars. And every time you enter one of these contests or giveaways, you're actually given a $25 off promo code, or in other words, 5% off your order. The last pro I want to touch up on for Sideshow is actually their special rewards program, which is super cool and super useful, especially if you want to start collecting Hot Toys and be in it for the long run. Since every purchase you make, you get 5% back in Sideshow rewards points, which can be used in the future to get yourself a crazy discount on any figure you might purchase. To give a quick little example of this, I actually ordered, as you can see on screen, TVA Wolverine for $310, which is his base price. I was able to get him for $230, and $310 is just the base price, and including fees and shipping, I was actually able to get $120 off this figure. Just think about it, you could be getting some crazy discounts. Now moving on from our pros, we head into our cons list, and the biggest con that Sideshow has is their shipping time. To explain a little more what I mean by shipping, we have to talk about how Sideshow actually receives their inventory. Since Sideshow is the official US distributor, and Hot Toys are actually made in Hong Kong and released in Hong Kong first, Sideshow must wait for their inventory, which means that you must wait for Sideshow to get their inventory, process your order, and then for you to make your final payment on pre-orders. To give you a quick little example, Sideshow will give you an expected date for when your figure might ship towards you. A bunch of people have been getting their Wolverine, but there are still people who have been waiting since September and have not gotten their figure at all. Another big con with Sideshow is their frequent amount of delays in shipping. Just to prove this, a few days ago, I actually received an email about my TVA Wolverine saying he'll be delayed over a month. While Sideshow may be the most reliable place to get your Hot Toys and have some of the best amenities with it, the cost of it is shipping and delays.
If you've been researching about Hot Toys or watched a couple of Hot Toys creators and wonder how they get the newest figures as soon as they release, that's because they order from Pop Collectibles. Pop Collectibles is actually based in Hong Kong, which is where Hot Toys are actually released first before they are ever released in the States. This means as soon as an item is released in Hong Kong, Pop Collectibles is actually able to ship them out to you and can take only 2 days to reach your doorstep. This is 1,000 times faster than Sideshow because of how their shipping process works that I explained earlier in the video. This, in hindsight, sounds great until you realize one big thing. That is the base price of figures. As you can see, if we scroll down the homepage of Pop Collectibles, you could immediately tell the prices for figures are a decent amount higher than they are on Sideshow. This also does not include shipping prices, which, because your figure is getting shipped from Hong Kong, you are expected to pay a significant increase in shipping price. Shipping prices vary from figure to figure, upwards of $50 to even $100 on certain figures, such as the Deluxe 2.0 Amazing Spider-Man. And comparing to Sideshow's price to Pop Collectibles' price, you can see a pretty significant upcharge. Up on screen right now are a few comparisons from Sideshow to Pop Collectibles on prices. While you may be paying a higher price for figures and a pretty big price for shipping, this is because of the availability of that figure.
But not only this, Pop Collectibles also has a wider selection of figures that are able to ship right away. Sideshow often don't have older releases on their site anymore because of how their inventory works. The moment a figure sells out on Sideshow, you are more than likely not going to be able to order that figure at all, unless you join that waitlist, which is not a guarantee on getting that figure. While on Pop Collectibles, you can actually still get figures Sideshow doesn't have on their website anymore. A couple examples being Deadpool, Wolverine, the Batman, Superman, and even a couple pre-orders. Now this next section of the list might not actually be for everyone, depending on how you feel about pre-owned figures. I know a bunch of different people who actually don't like pre-owned figures purely for the fact that they're pre-owned. In my own personal opinion, I actually really like pre-owned figures because especially if you're going to collect something like Hot Toys, which can range for up to hundreds of dollars, you're going to want to find the best deals, especially if you're broke as hell like me. The first place I actually want to talk about when looking for pre-owned or secondhand figures is Mercari. One of the best things about Mercari is you're actually able to negotiate with the seller by sending them an offer. Another great thing about Mercari is your ability to filter through specific brands. As you can see on the screen, I've actually filtered it to be only Hot Toys that show up. Now that the filters have been applied, you can see a variety of different listings for a bunch of different figures, ranging from newer releases to older releases, to some old-ass figures from like 10 to 15 years ago. Along with that, Mercari also offers various discount codes, especially through the holidays. Just recently, they offered 10% off all toys and collectibles, which also applied to Hot Toys, and I was actually able to use that to get myself a figure. I've actually bought 3 figures from Mercari. I bought myself the Mark V Iron Man, the Homecoming Deluxe Spider-Man, and that third figure, who I will reveal now to be Deluxe Wolverine, for only $275. That's not true. I actually got him for $210. The way I was able to do this was by negotiating with the seller and also applying a discount coupon to get it all the way down to just $210. In case you're wondering if this was legit, which it was, I'll actually provide a few photos up on the screen right now. As you can see, he's glorious, and that Hugh Jackman head scope. Another thing to be wary about, always check your seller and make sure that they have a bunch of 5-star reviews and read the reviews that people have left before.
The last con of Mercari that I like to talk about is definitely the most important, especially when buying items that are expensive, such as Hot Toys, where their customer support is honestly some straight ass. I'm not gonna lie, Mercari can often take days to respond to your issues, and can also sometimes just never help you out, as they mostly favor a seller more than 50% of the time. When buying off Mercari, you can have a bunch of different issues, such as a seller sending your package to the wrong address, or if your package gets lost in transit,
or even if it comes broken or not as described. If you want to learn more about this, I'd definitely suggest checking out Macari's subreddit, where you can read tons of different experiences and real stories that others have actually gone through. In my opinion, despite Macari's flaws, I do recommend buying off Macari, as you can find some great deals and be surprised as to what you may find. The next place I want to mention is Facebook, specifically the buy-sell trade groups, not Facebook Marketplace. The 16 Republic BST is actually very similar to Macari when it comes to their pros and cons. However, the BST does offer much better deals and a bunch more figures. When looking at a bunch of different posts that are on the BST group, you can actually see the word shipped right next to the prices that are being listed. As you can see, scrolling down, you can find a ton of different listings ranging from recently released figures to loose to even sometimes people selling their entire collection. When buying off the BST, I highly suggest only using PayPal goods and services, and if someone asks for PayPal friends and family or Zelle, please check with others to make sure that seller is reliable. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I have a lot of different ideas and different things planned for future content on the channel. If you want, follow me on TikTok, where I'm also planning to release shorter form content and a bunch of other ideas I have planned. Follow my Twitter, where I'll be yapping about pretty much anything I find. And again, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.